Vancouver Police seized approximately $200,000 worth of cash and millions of dollars worth of drugs from an apartment in downtown Vancouver this past Saturday. Officers from the Vancouver Police Department, as well as BC Ambulance Service paramedics, were called to an apartment at 777 Richard Street to check on the well-being of occupants inside of the residence. This happened on the early morning of February 15th. 2 males were located inside with medical distress and were treated by paramedics at the scene. They did require further medical treatment and were transported to a local area hospital. While officers from the Vancouver Police Department were inside of the residence, they noticed a large amount of cash as well as what appeared to be illegal narcotics inside of the residence. Vancouver police officers immediately obtained a search warrant to search the residence and did execute that search warrant. While executing the search warrant, officers located and seized multiple bricks believed to be cocaine, cash, and approximately 3 gallons of an unknown liquid, and several ounces of a substance believed to be MDMA, also known as ecstasy or Molly. The estimated street value of these drugs is into the several millions of dollars. Right now, we did arrest 2 suspects, both in their 30s, a male from Vancouver, as well as a male from Vancouver Island. They have been released at this time, pending further investigation into this file. We did submit all of the narcotics, which are believed to be narcotics, to our labs for testing. It will take several weeks to get that information back, and at that time, we are anticipating charges of possession for the purpose of trafficking as this investigation unfolds. Is there any questions?
How unusual is a seizure of this size and millions of dollars worth of value?
This doesn't happen all the time. This is why we're notifying the public of the seizure. Our officers did a great job in locating this, executing the warrant, and seizing what we believe to be illegal narcotics. So this isn't something that we're seeing every day.
How long could an operation like this have been going on for, considering the scale of what's found there?
I couldn't even guess on how long they were in there. The drugs were laid about the suite, as well as the cash, which was seized. For how long it's been going on, we don't know at this time. The investigation hopefully will gather that information.
It says that the 2 males are under medical distress. Can you describe that?
Well, we did have BC Ambulance Service attend with us. They immediately were able to notice that they were under medical distress. I don't know what form of distress they were under. It is possible it was related to the narcotics within the suite, but that is something that the medical practitioners at the local hospital were having to deal with, and we're treating with them with that the symptoms that the BC Ambulance Service provided to them.
How were they alerted that the 2 men were in distress?
We had information from local residents in the area that there was sounds inside of the suite, as well as water leaking from the area. So we attended to check on the well-being of the occupants of that suite, and we made entry into the suite to check on to see how they were doing. When we did go into the suite, we did notice that the 2 individuals who were in there were under medical distress, and BC Ambulance Service were able to treat them.
Were they having an overdose?
I don't know what was happening to them.
What was the situation then at Seymour Street? Are these 2 cases connected? Because there's a huge police presence there as well.
There was, coincidentally, another warrant being executed at 1255 Seymour Street in the same time vicinity as when this warrant was being executed. Those are unrelated. That is due to some drugs which were in that residence, and we did have a hazmat team attend and deal with that situation.
How concerned are you now then, given that these 2 things were coincidental, that there are drug operations happening in condos in Vancouver? I mean, it'd be pretty easy for these things to continue undetected, wouldn't it?
This isn't a surprise to us. This happens in every city across the country. This isn't specific to Vancouver, and we deal with each situation as it arises. Coincidentally, we did have one on February 14th at 1255 Seymour Street, which officers were dealing with and have dealt with. That is an ongoing investigation, and we're not releasing any other information regarding that. And then coincidentally, on February 15th, in the early morning hours on Saturday, we did have another warrant being executed as we came across the illegal drugs and cash inside of the suite.
Often in these kind of situations, you bring out either the drugs or the cash, for a good photo. You're not doing that in this case. Why is that?
It's very early on in the investigation. We did look into seeing if we were going to be able to display them. We are gathering as much evidence as we can at this time, and we're anticipating charges going through to being presented to Crown Counsel. So at this point, our detectives have made the decision not to display the narcotics and cash. We may be able to do that in the future, but we are anticipating charges. So at this time, we don't want to jeopardize anything that could be presented to Crown.
The two people who were arrested, known to police, anything you can tell us about their history?
They are known to police. We did interview them, and we did release them at the time, pending further investigation into this matter. We're not releasing any other information regarding them or their identities. We do know where they are and who they are, so if we do proceed with charges, we will be able to locate these two individuals.
Was this a rental suite, or did they own it? What can you tell us about where this happened?
It was a suite within the residence at 777 Richard Street. It was being rented by one of the individuals.
Was the landlord aware and had any clue what was going on here?
Not until that day.